I have never done a video about this subject. I can't believe it. 16, 17 years, never hit this subject. And it's kind of big, I think. Maybe it's because I don't know, a gay guy and we don't really think about this too much. But today we're going to be talking about abortions, the law on abortion here in Costa Rica, how they deal with it, all of that, because I like to lose subscribers and get demonetized. I would like you guys to stay at this, even if you don't think it affects you. I mean, this is an interesting topic. And I want to see if you guys, some of these things I was super surprised at, and some other things I wasn't surprised about. And I'm wondering if it hits you the same way it hit me when I found out about some of the nuances of the laws here when as it pertains to abortion. And we're going to get to that in a minute. I got a couple announcements. Man, I was supposed to move tomorrow, man, to see that Casada. Some of you guys know that. I made a couple videos. Doesn't matter why, but that's going to be pushed till March 1st, so another like 8 days or whatever it is here. And I got nothing in my house except for like a refrigerator, a bed, and a fan. So I'm going to have to be camping here the next week before I move. But it's all good and fine. I want to thank you guys that gave me all those birthday wishes. That was really nice, man. I really appreciated that. Yeah, so I had a birthday, if you didn't know, just a little bit ago. Turned 65, man. 65. That cliche is real. What the fuck just happened? I went from 40 to 65 in like 3 minutes. What's that all about? Yes, we got another relocation retreat coming up, guys. Got another relocation retreat coming up. So if Costa Rica is on your radar, but you're not quite sure, the 7 day event might be for you. We don't try to get you to move here, man. We just give you information so you can make a good decision. But boy, do we have fun. Have vacation, tons of info. The contacts alone are worth the price of admission. It's one of my fun, it's the highlight of my year going to doing these things for 2, 3 times a year, because I get to meet you guys and hang out with you guys, and it's so much fun. So if you are interested, it is filling up. I think if it fills up, we'll add as many maybe rooms as the hotel will let us. So, but all that information is in the description below. I would love to see you there, and that's coming up, I think, in early May. But if you're watching this video like 3 years from now, still check it, because we'll have another one coming up at some other time in the link in the description. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd appreciate it. And hit the notification bell if you want to see videos as I put them up, even though it's kind of bullshit on YouTube's part. Hit the notification bell anyway, or at least subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And if you want to show some love, you can buy me a coffee. A lot of you have, man. I so appreciate it. You guys know I love the coffee, and this is definitely a coffee video, or maybe an alcohol video. That's a link in the description too. Each coffee is $5, so you can donate 1 or 10 or whatever. And a lot of you have, and thank you so much. All right, this video is exactly defines how Costa Rica runs its country in all avenues. Ambiguity, no clarity, bark worse than its bite, all of that. And I think you'll see what I'm talking about as I go through this the abortion laws in Costa Rica and how they handle it and why and all that. At the end, I will kind of put my 2 cents in. And I would love to hear from you on this one. So, what's the law? Basically, abortion's illegal except for when it concerns the health of the mother. That's it. Incest, illegal. Raped, illegal. Birth defects with the baby, illegal. It's just the health of the mother. Or is it? That's what's on the books, man. That's what's on the books. Now, before we get into that a little bit, let's see the whys. Costa Rica is a Catholic country, very Catholic country, and the church throws its weight around. They don't like abortions. They don't like it. And this, again, traditional country, church very powerful. And then now you've got, let's say it's the societal, the people here. The older people like me, the baby boomers of Costa Rica, usually agree with the church. They're, again, very traditional thinking. very traditional thinking. So they're not into abortion almost in any aspect of abortion. Then there's the politics of it all, and that's what it really comes down to. Politicians everywhere go like this. 55% of the people don't like abortion. 55% is over 50. I'm not gonna mess that up. So I'm gonna vote with my constituents, because if I say I believe in all abortion or whenever, the woman's got a right to do whatever she wants, whenever she wants. Abort that baby whenever. They'd be crushed, just like they would have been back in the United States, like back in the day or whatever. So the politicians, and they play politics with this abortion thing, or at least it seems like it when I tell you kind of how they deal with all this. So it's the church, the people, and it does seem to play out just like it does everywhere. It's if you're younger and more educated here as well, you start going, I can see how abortion can be an exception in these ways. I see that, we need to have less strict laws on abortion. So as my age people get pushed out, and the younger educated people go, grow up. Well, we'll get to it later, but I'm sure these abortion laws are going to change. That's just the way it goes. Just like the gay marriage thing, you can be gay and get married here. The church fought against that, but finally it was too much. The people spoke, and and the politicians all of a sudden changed their mind about it. It was crazy. So I could get into the weeds on this, and there's a lot of layers of this abortion thing, and it's extremely murky and complicated, and I think that's kind of on purpose, if you ask me. But I'm going to just try to hit the general considerations, I guess. If it's a health issue concern for the mother, she has to consent along with the authorized physician, and then it's legal. Woohoo! That's it. So now it's weird, because they have a law on the books that gives you the judicial can give a pardon to a lady that aborts her own baby because of a rape. It's not mandatory. They can do it. So it's not like a mandatory, hey, if you abort your own baby because you were raped, you get a pardon. No, they give it to you. So, but there's no really it's just on the books. There's no clarity to that. It's just kind of like, again, a lot of ambiguity along those lines. What's crazy is, the punishment is anywhere from 10 months for an illegal abortion. 10 months. No, I'm sorry. That's not right. 3 months to 10 years. 3 months to 10 years. And guess what? If you do it when the fetus is over 6 months, that brings a whole new layer of punishment. So where the fetus is, after 6 months, they're adding time. 3 months, 10 years. I tried to find the statistics on this. Where's the statistics on the people that have been convicted of illegal abortions? I actually couldn't find it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I just didn't have, I'm trying to move and stuff. So I really couldn't find any credible information on prosecution, conviction to the doctors that give abortions and to the patients, the mothers that get the abortion. So I would be very interested in that data. I'm pretty sure it's not hundreds or thousands of people, because there's a lot of abortions here. We're going to get to that. So now this next one is also a law, and I think this might be the loophole. And again, this isn't very clear either. But there is a thing where the mental health of the mother. Now, okay, she's ruining. If she has to have the baby, she's going to commit suicide. It's ruining her life. She won't be able to go on. She has to quit school, whatever it is. This could be the loophole, because anything could kind of fall under mental health if you word it right, if the doctor words it right and just goes, oh yeah, we had to do it because of the mother's mental health. But again, there's nothing like, okay, here's what you need to get, to claim mental health things. There's just regulatory norms. There's no regulatory norms on this stuff. It just says it, but then there's nothing after that. So again, I believe, I think we'll see it, that it's probably used a lot, I'm assuming, for having an abortion. Now, doctors are required to report women that they believe had an abortion. So, hey, I've been in there. She's had an abortion before. I need to report her. Come on, man. I just don't believe that happens, or very infrequently. Come on, that's a patient-doctor kind of privilege. That would mess up all kinds of the community and hospital. I don't know. I just don't see that really happening like that at all. Even though it's a law, they're required to report if the mother has had an abortion. Crazy. They call the health of the mother a therapeutic abortion. The problem with this also is a lot of people don't have access to these. Think of more poor, more in the poor communities. So there's really not even access. And again, there's a legal protection for the doctors that do this. Is there any legal protection? They kind of put themselves on the line a little bit by doing abortions. I don't know if they're cutting corners or again, there's just no clean-cut thing that the doctor can go, this is why. It's all kind of him maybe writing things up. Because it's not like there's not advocates. Believe me, there's a lot of people abortion, we don't want that necessarily as a first option, but there's a lot of hey, women have a right to make decisions for their own body. So there's a lot of those out there, a lot of doctors. And again, they have abortions here. They have them. I think, and I read in 2017, they had like 30,000 abortions. You tell me all those were health, because of the health of the mother? I doubt it. And I don't even really believe the numbers, actually, to be honest with you. I mean, that doesn't even go for the ones that are probably never reported, because why would you report them? I mean, hello, that's just a red flag for maybe somebody to look at what you're doing as a doctor. And if the patient's like, hey, I got this doctor gave me the abortion, I'm not going to tell on him. So I'm sure a lot of abortions go maybe not so reported, I guess. I don't know. Again, I think there must be, and this is private. This is not only private, but also in the CAHA, the socialized medicine here. They give abortions in both reasons. Now, how do I know this? Because I know people that have got abortions and it wasn't health related. That's why I was surprised to learn this. I wasn't surprised about the tradition and Catholic influence and all that. I was surprised, though, about how illegal it was, because I knew people that had them. And I lived here 19 years. I got stories. So I just never even thought of that. So I know they give them here, that you can get them here. Weird thing, not weird. Right now, President Chavez is trying to make the punishments worse for illegal abortions. Worse. Now, does he really care? Maybe he does. Maybe he's really Catholic, or maybe he cares about his constituents and he cares about that, or he cares about the backing of the church. We don't really know. But so 10 years isn't enough? 10 years isn't enough for illegal abortion for a doctor or patient or whatever? So you want to make it more? Who are you just placating somebody on that? They're trying to, there's laws right now they're trying to push through to make abortion more severe punishments. What? That's kind of crazy. What else I got? So yeah, the thing is, you can get abortions here. So that's already weird. So you can get them here. You would think like, oh my God, you can't do this thing. See, this is the funny thing. This is it. This is the bark is worse than its bite. This is where I've gotten in so many arguments over the years on, like, let's say perpetual tourism. Michael, there's a law. You can't do that. Yeah, I know there's a law, but I also know what the reality of the situations are down here. And that's one. And again, it sounds like this is the same thing. These murky, cloudy laws, they don't enforce them, or they're very selective when they do. That's why I'd be so interested in, prosecution and conviction for illegal abortions. There's no way that number is big. There's no way it's thousands of people, and we got that doctor and that doctor. Come on, man. It's just placating. The laws look good for the country, I guess, if you don't believe in abortions or whatever. So I think they're playing politics. So what if the penalties increase? Obviously, the penalties you're doing aren't working. You're not implementing. What if people aren't paying attention to them? Is that it? So we don't enforce them. No one's really paying attention. Abortions still happen, but we say they don't happen and they're illegal. And again, very murky. My stance on this comes from more of a United States probably background. Obviously, I don't want abortion to be it's unfortunate that it needs to be an option when there's so many other options available, maybe. But again, in a Catholic country, even those are frowned upon. That's why I think a lot of kids here, man. So the Catholic Church, hey, don't use birth control. Have that kid. But anyway, it's unfortunate. Abortion is even an option. My stance is I think a lot of people's going to like a lot of first world countries. I would hate somebody telling me what to do with my body. Hello, COVID. I did not get a shot. I didn't get a shot. Don't tell me I have to. Now, luckily, I didn't have to down here, and that's fine, and thank you very much. So I totally understand a woman's outlook on this is my body, my choice. I totally get that, and I'm in total agreement. But, come on, man. I could not kill a baby. I couldn't go, yeah, you're 9 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant. That needs to go. I couldn't do it. And if you can't do it, it shouldn't be that, you shouldn't be able to do it at that time. So I'm more of a first trimester person, 12, 15 weeks. I think that's a good compromise. It gives, and now if there's something after, some exceptions that maybe need to be worked in there because of certain situations, I'm all about exceptions. I mean, I want, again, I do believe in the mother's choice, but you got a choice up to a certain point, and then it's like, well, you didn't make the choice, so we're going to make it for you, and you're going to have it. So my stance is probably like most people's out there, I'm assuming, right? Now, I'm just going to throw a wrench in this. You couldn't do this here, but in the United States, don't get mad. This is how I lose subscribers right here. What I'm about to say is why I lose subscribers. If you have a hookup, and the pregnancy wasn't planned, and which most of them obviously aren't if they're getting abortions. If it's my body, my choice by the mother, and you decide to have it, I think you should take full responsibility for it. I don't think the guy necessarily should have to pay for anything because he didn't get a choice in having it or not, but you get to make a choice. So if you do, I'm going to have an abortion, don't worry about it. Well, maybe he doesn't want you to have an abortion. Well, my body, my choice. Well, if you have it, it's also your body, your choice, and maybe I don't want to pay for it. So I'll just, again, throwing a little wrench in that just a little bit. Now, the future of abortions here are going to be just like everything else. The marijuana laws here, they're doing medicinal. That's going to be worked out here soon. And pretty soon, at some point, maybe 10 years from now, it'll be recreational. The gay marriage, the same thing. The church fought hard about gay marriage here. They end up losing. And the politicians go, oh, more than 50%? Yeah, let's do it. Who cares? We like it. No, they don't care. So I guarantee abortion's going to there's going to be more exceptions at least. They'll get more of a United States, European type of stance on it, some sort of compromise. You're not going to stop progress that way because all these old people with their traditional thinking and their uneducated minds are going to die, and the progress, you're not going to stop it. So, the laws will change to more the mother can, her body, her choice type of thing. This is kind of funny. Don't get mad. This is also why I lose subscribers. So some people didn't like who got elected president in the United States. And one of the reasons they didn't want him to be president is because they felt like he was going to change, whole abortion ban. And yet Costa Rica was your place you're going to run from, or you're going to go to and run from that. You got to admit, that's kind of funny. You're worried about an abortion ban from this president to come down to where if you get raped, you're in trouble. No, I just thought the irony was kind of funny. But again, the bottom line is you can get an abortion here. That's the weird thing. Anyway, I'd like to hear what you guys say, man, or what you think. Comment. If you can find that statistics about prosecution and conviction, I'd be totally interested in that. Who else is talking? Who else puts themselves out on the line like this? Guys, I'm Michael Allen from TravelCostaRicaNow.com. My videos are going to pop up. Thinking about living or traveling anywhere, always do your homework and research. And if it's Costa Rica, I'm saying you should check out my video there, or maybe my video there, or subscribe here. All right. And don't come down here for an abortion.